Hey, in this video we're going to learn to manage the content in YAG. Since version 098, content is managed through DLC, which stands for downloadable content, to allow us to install only what we need. There are two things to understand. First, how to install the content from Steam, and second, how to use it in YAG. If you're already familiar with DLC in Steam, you can forward this video up to the second part to see how to manage it in YAG. But for now, let's start with the beginning. We just installed and launched YAG for the first time, and we've got pretty much nothing. The list of installed DLC is empty, and of course, so is all the content-related user interface. So the first thing is to install some content from Steam. To do this, we can click this button here to open the Get It page on the YAG website that will give us all the links that we need here. Or we can find it directly from the YAG Steam page here. I would not recommend the Steam page though, because for some reason it doesn't seem to be quite reliable. At the time of this recording, there are 7 DLC available in YAG, and as you can see, the Steam page only shows 6 of them. So use this page, it will always be up to date. We can now click on a link and just acquire and download the DLC like any other free game. Note that this page is also giving us the size of the content we are installing. Once we've downloaded them all, they will be available in our Steam client for installation. We can now right-click the game and select View Downloadable Content. This will open a new window listing all the YAG DLC that we can use. To install a package, we have to check its corresponding box. I'm going to pause this recording while I install everything and continue when it's done. So see you in a moment. Well, hello again. So now that everything is installed, we're going to see how to use it in YAG. So let's restart YAG. Oh, it's starting on my second screen, so I'll bring it to you as soon as it's available. There we go. Okay, so this time we have here a list of all the DLC installed and available, but note that although it's available, it's still not visible in the content panels. And that's because the DLC being installed doesn't mean we'll need it in a particular scenario. For example, we don't want the Medfan buttons to burden our user interface if we're role-playing a science fiction story. So to make an installed DLC visible in the UI, UI stands for user interface by the way, we have to check it in this list and then ask YAG to rebuild the UI by clicking this button here. So for example, let's bring up the general buttons. There. We can replace them by the Medfan buttons. There they are. Okay. And of course, we can check everything to show all the available and installed content. By the way, the default content is composed of parts of the DLC, so once the DLC are installed, those 4 buttons become pretty much useless and can safely be hidden. There, we're good to go. Okay, so just to be clear one last time about those 2 lists, because it's so important. This one will install or remove the content on or from your computer, while this one only sets whether or not it's visible in the UI. So unchecking a DLC here will not uninstall it. It will just hide it from the UI, but the content is still present on your hard drive. Okay, so this one tells us what's installed on our computer, while this one only tells us what's visible in the UI. For a quick example, let's put some random content on the map and create a quick save. Okay, a few trees. Let's call it test. Here, save. All right. So now I can remove the trees. Let's say I uncheck everything here. Alright, so I have no button in the UI, so I cannot create any new content, right? But if I reload the save, it reloads perfectly fine. That's because the content is still present on my computer, right? But if on the other hand I unchecked everything here and then restarted YAG and reloaded the save, then the scene would come up completely empty because it couldn't find the content on my drive. Okay, so I hope it's as clear as can be by now. Alright, I'll stop this video here. I hope it was useful and helpful. Thanks for watching and see you in the next. Bye.